When we talked last, did you know where you were going to end up?
I had an idea. Like, I always had an idea, when people ask me all the time, like, did you think about going other places? Obviously, we all entertain the idea. But when I left, I always felt like I had unfinished business in WWE. And when the conversations were being had, it was one of those things where when I was a little kid growing up, I watched WWE. I dreamed of wrestling at WrestleMania. I dreamed of becoming Intercontinental Champion. All these things I said in my return promo, pretty much. They're all very real, very true. Those are very real dreams I still do have to this day. And I can only do that one place. And I am very lucky to call WWE my home because it felt like you watched my last night in the company. It was sad for me because I spent so much time in NXT around those people. I saw them almost every single day for almost 7 years. And I wasn't going to have that anymore. And that was my own choice because I felt like I needed to move on. And I needed that time away to be with Candace, to be with the baby, and just step away from wrestling for a bit and just recharge. But luckily, everything worked out. And I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're back.
I feel like your contract coming up at the time that it did, like, happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Think about how
it's crazy.
That's so unique, right?
Crazy,
like,
man.
you get to be there while Quill's growing up.
Yeah. People say all the time that I had like insane like galaxy brain, or I was like, he had his contract run up at that time, then everything went down, then he came back. Like, it's crazy the foresight he had. It's like, no, I'm incredibly lucky. But also I'm incredibly patient as well. I was luckily in a position where my contract was coming up and Quill was being born. And we talk about all the time. If Quill wasn't in the picture, if the baby wasn't being born, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
I could have re-signed. I could have just stayed with WWE. I could have upped my contract. And Quill, luckily at the time, was being born. So it gave me the opportunity to kind of be at home and hang out with him and be around for those first, I'd say, 6 months, which are very important, as you know.
Yeah. How close were you to re-signing? Because it was December 2021 when your contract ended.
Yeah, I made up my mind way earlier that, like, and again, like, people always try to count down to like what was going on in NXT at the time. Johnny wanted to leave or they were forcing Johnny out. No, I made up my mind months prior that I needed to take a break and I needed to leave just for myself. And again, like, we knew the baby was coming too. And that kind of, I already had it in my mind, but that really kind of nailed my decision home. And they wanted to keep me, and they were very generous. They wanted to have me stick around NXT, stick around the WWE family and things like that. And I appreciated the offer, but at the same time, they appreciated the fact that I told them, like, look, like, if anything else happens, if I decide I want to go somewhere else, I will come to you guys and let you guys know first because I feel we have a great relationship. So I did tell them that if I decided to go anywhere else, I would give them the opportunity to match or opportunity to make a counteroffer if that would come up.
Did it come up?
No, I did not even try. Like I said, I was so outside the realm of focusing on wrestling.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have an agent and I have people around me that go and do that for me. Because I told my agent, I told everyone around me, like, look, I want to focus on being a dad. You can go and you can talk to people. You can have those discussions. I do not want to because I want to be so far removed away from wrestling and so far removed from that side of things.
Yeah.
That's like the business side that I'm like, I don't want to dig into that stuff. And like Candace was a free agent too at the time.
Yeah.
So we were both just sitting at home and enjoying being a mom and dad for the first time. And it's so very rare we get that opportunity.